Hello friends, I'm George, the nice smelling gentleman. Welcome back to my channel guys. I hope that all of you are doing great. Yesterday I did a video about the newest Parfum de Marly's Layton clone to hit the markets that comes from the House of Paris corner, and it's called Nordstack Dew. And today I'm going to do a video about yet another Layton clone, but this one is better known in the community, and in fact from what I've gathered it's widely regarded as the best Layton clone in the markets. It comes from the house of the Woods Collection and it's called Dusk. So in this video today I'm going to talk about this clone of Layton. Dusk from the Woods Collection comes packaged in this black colored box that's quite thick and has golden accents. On the front you got the name of the company, the name of the fragrance, the bottle size 100 milliliters, the concentration EDP. On the back you get some additional information along with something that looks like a batch code and reads 100523. And probably that means that this is the production date of the fragrance, and in my opinion this means that the production date is 10th of May 2023. In order to get to the bottle you have to open up this part of the box like this. It has a magnetic edge, which is a really nice touch, and once you open up the box, as you can see on the inside, here sits the bottle, and here you get an sort of an extra 10 milliliter travel size atomizer or bottle that unfortunately is empty. It would have been a nice touch to have 10 milliliters extra juice included in the packaging, but still it's a nice addition to the fragrance itself, to the whole packaging. And then this is how the bottle looks. This whole collection, what it's called, the natural collection, all fragrances in this collection come in this exact same bottle design, but they have different coloration. The bottle has a really nice heft. The cap is made out of plastic and wood, and a really nice touch is the magnetic cap, which also has very strong magnets. All in all, the packaging is really nice. The note breakdown, as at least per Fragrantica, of the Woods Dusk, the Woods Collection Dusk, has the following notes. The top notes are apple, lavender and mandarin orange. The middle notes are violet, geranium and jasmine. And the base notes are vanilla, cardamom, pepper, woodsy notes, sandalwood and patchouli. And by the way, this fragrance has a very high score of Fragrantica. The score is 4.63, which is pretty high and speaks about the quality of this fragrance. I'll show the sprayer in action and then I'll talk about the scent. The sprayer is decent, but it's a bit on the weak side. Just keep that in mind. You'll probably have to overspray a little bit in order to get the needed performance out of Dusk. And now onto the scent of this fragrance. Now, as I said in the beginning of this video, this fragrance is a clone of Parfum de Marly's Layton. And it's a very good clone, which means that you get that fruity, vanilla, woody based fragrance that has enough of warmth and enough of spiciness. And that's really the case. The opening is a blast of the lavender, the cardamom and the jasmine, but the cardamom and the jasmine are very nicely blended, and they don't feel too overpowering. Right from the get-go you also get a bit of the sweetness from the vanilla, you get the sweetness from the apple note, and all in all the opening is very enjoyable, very fruity, sweet and slightly spicy. It's actually really nice. I really like the opening of Dusk. When this goes into the dry down, it becomes a little bit more woody, a little bit more creamy, and it becomes a little bit sweeter. The apple and the vanilla combo starts to get very strong. Those woodsy notes, the sandalwood, you get a nice woody creaminess out of the sandalwood, with a touch of that spiciness from the opening still there somewhere in the background that plays more of a support role and balance out the sweetness of this fragrance. All in all, it's very nicely blended, and has very nice quality, and it's very enjoyable, at least for me. When it comes to how close this fragrance is to the original Layton, it's super close again, probably Scent wise, this is the closest thing that you can get to the original fragrance, at least from what I've tried. There's a slight difference here. In the air they're pretty much identical, but up close there's a slight difference, and that difference is only down to the opening of this fragrance, where Dusk feels a little bit more fruity, slightly less spicy, and less green and mentholy compared to the original fragrance, so it can even pass as a little bit easier to wear fragrance. But again, it's very close to the original fragrance. You know, the Woods collection have done a great job with replicating the original fragrance. Performance-wise, Dusk is a good performer, nothing special, but still a pretty decent performing fragrance. I get about 8 hours of performance on my skin out of this fragrance, with a nice projection in the first hour and a half up to 2 hours. But again, as I said, keep in mind that the sprayer on this fragrance is a little bit weak, so you have to overspray a little bit, adjust the number of sprays in order to get the good performance. When it comes to the price tag of Dusk, this is one area where I think this fragrance doesn't shine really, and that's down to the fact that it's quite expensive. This is considered to be a niche type of perfumery. I don't know where, you know, whether the fragrance house is out of the Middle East, because on the back of the fragrance it says that it's made in France, or it's a European made and designed, you know, created fragrance. But in order to get this one, I paid about 60 euros, and that was on a sale. Usually in my country the regular price of Dusk is about 75 euros, which is a bit too expensive in my opinion, because it gets close to what you actually have to pay for the original scent. On a sale for about 60 euros it's an okay deal, but really on its regular price it's a bit too expensive in my opinion, and quite a lot more expensive than your average you know, clones. When it comes to the versatility of this fragrance, like with the original scent, this is a scent that's orientated towards the colder months of the year, you know, late fall, winter, early spring. It's a very festive scent that's great for the Christmas holidays. It's considered to be a unisex fragrance, but in my opinion leans to the masculine side, so it's as versatile as the original scent. And on to my final thoughts about the Woods Collection Dusk. This is a superbly done clone of Layton, probably the closest thing that I've smelled clone-wise to the original Layton scent. It has great quality, super close to the original fragrance, it's very enjoyable, and in fact it's even a little bit easier to wear than Layton, because the opening is less spicy, a little bit more fruity, a little bit more designer-like opening, and it's a really great fragrance. It comes really nicely packaged, has very high quality, you get a magnetic cap, all in all a fantastic performer, fantastic fragrance that has only one real drawback in my opinion, one con, and that's the price tag. At least here in Europe this is quite a bit more expensive compared to your average clones. Other than that, maybe one minor gripe that I have with this fragrance is probably that I wish it was a little bit better performing. Still not a bad performer, 8 hours is no slouch in my opinion, but I just wish that at this price point and the other, you know, qualities that this fragrance has, I wish that it performed just a little bit better. Apart from that, this is a fantastic clone, and again, as I said, probably the closest thing that you can get to, you know, to Layton. And so if you're looking for a clone of Layton that has the highest possible quality when it comes to clone fragrances, definitely check out Dusk from the Woods collection. This fragrance gets a huge like from me. So guys, in today's video I showed you a superbly done clone of Parfum de Marly's Layton that comes from the house of the Woods collection, and it's called Dusk. I hope that you found this video interesting or helpful. If you did, give it a like, and I also hope that you're going to join me in the next one. And until then, stay safe and bye bye.